Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 13 of Passion Project, the variety show that encourages everyone in the speedrun community to showcase the projects that they've been working on. My name is Amber Cyprin, and I will be your host tonight, and I encourage everyone out there in chat, if you have a speedrun project to showcase, you should submit it. Whether it's your current favorite game to grind runs for, a new category or game you've been routing out, a task you just finished, or randomizers and bingos that you like to do, you name it, I want it. You can submit to the show using the passion command, !passion, in the chat and following the link to my submission form. So before we get started with the run that we have planned for tonight, I do have an announcement that GDQX will be live from TwitchCon October 20th to the 22nd. If you're interested in running live at the event, use !GDQX in Twitch chat or go to gdqx.gamesdonequick.com to submit before August 28th. That is just 5 days away. Anyone accepted as a runner or a backup runner will receive a TwitchCon badge and the opportunity to showcase their run on the GDQ stage. So tonight on Passion Project, we're being joined by Aeon Frodo and her wonderful commentator, Ecryptus Zero, as we journey into the future redeemed expansion of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Getting the opportunity to showcase RPGs here on the show is always a wonderful time, and Aeon here is one of the best folks to do it. So thank you so much for being on the show tonight. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Yeah, it's been pretty exciting to be able to show off, I guess, Future Redeemed. This is something me and the community have been working on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very fun game to run. So, yeah, despite some few things about it that may turn people off from it. But yeah, it is a really fun game to run.
Yeah. I think I haven't had you on my show since it was way back when I was still doing Never Before Seen, and it's been a very long time.
Oh, I don't think I was on there either. I think I just co-commentated that.
Yeah, you commentated the Valkyria Chronicles run, I think?
Yeah, a long time ago, yeah.
Yeah, if you ever want to check those out on YouTube, by the way, chat, you should go check that out on the GDQ YouTube. Never Before Seen was my old show. Great time. Anyways, I'm glad to have you on as a runner now, though, so that's actually really awesome. So, looking forward to this.
Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, Future Redeemed is the DLC expansion to Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which the DLC of this came out this year in late April, just 2 weeks before Tears of the Kingdom. So, not really great timing, but it came to a shock to the whole community that the DLC expansion was suddenly coming out at this time of the year. So, so, and my co-commentator, Ecryptus Zero, he's been part of the routing since the start of, this whole thing. So, feel free to introduce yourself, by the way.
Hello. So, as Ian said, I'm Ecryptus Zero. I've been part of the Future Redeemed speedrunning community since the very beginning. And unless there's some shadow wizard out there, I currently have the world record in easy, normal, and hard, so I play this game a lot, so.
Yeah, I couldn't ask for a better person to co-commentate with me. Yeah, so I'm going to start this off in 3, 2, 1, and go. Oh, whoops. Oh well. Doesn't really matter. So yeah, Future Redeemed starts off I think several thousand years before the start of Free's main game. And it features a very wild introduction to the game. And then we get introduced to our protagonist, Matthew and A. Matthew is the main character we're going to play as. He's going to punch a lot of things and say some pretty iconic lines.
That's a toughie.
Full of beans.
Yes. I already saw some in chat, so that's already great.
I was wondering what that was about, and now I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens whenever Matthew's aggro is taken off of him, so he says full of beans as a way to thank the party member who took the aggro off of him, and to show that he's full of energy.
But basically what we're doing here is a simple Mighty Strike combo where we mainly centralize Mighty Strike as our main attack. Oh, okay. A took the first monster out. So yeah, so Matthew's journey is basically his hometown, the city, was destroyed, And during that attack, his grandfather died, but also his younger sister, Niall, has gone missing. And now we get to learn how to control a... oh, I messed up the order. Oh, well. I'll be okay. Yeah, the order is supposed to be, don't do what I just did.
That's all good. Just waste like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, I can just do that. Yeah.
This whole first 5 minutes of the game is basically tutorials, but it doesn't take that long compared to base game Xenoblade 3. If you played base game Xenoblade 3, you would know that the tutorials in that game are very, very long. So
yeah, they're very
at least in this
egregious.
game, it doesn't take that long.
Yeah.
Yep. Really, this is the only bad tutorial in the game, I think.
Yeah,
we'll
I
get
agree.
past it soon enough.
Yeah. Yeah, but
This
basically...
tutorial just introduces all the affinity point sources that we can get, which are used to enhance our party member strength later on. So that's pretty important.
Yes, it's a tutorial after this fight, yeah.
This fight's pretty simple. You just want to AoE the wolves down using Matthew's talent art. And as Matthew is an attacker class, he charges his talent art, the circle on the bottom right of the screen, gigantic beat, by hitting positional arts, and he only has one of them, Muddy Strike, so it's very important for Matthew to hit arts in front of enemies. And you can see the position he is against enemies using the arrow on like the top right of the art palette, which is very useful. One last tutorial for affinity growth. This is basically where you make your party stronger. And with that, we are out of the tutorial section for now.
Also, for some weird reason, that tutorial is the only one we can exit out of with the X button.
Yeah, pretty weird, but we'll take it.
Yeah.
Moving on here, you're gonna notice that Eon is going to try and pick up collectibles on the ground, like those rocks and mushrooms, carrots, and those will be needed later for a very important food item that we need later, which basically allows us to beat the whole game without any grinding for XP, which is really nice. So we're looking for mushrooms and carrots.
Ugh, this is a bad spread. I didn't see any carrots, by the way, at least so far. I can collect carrots later, but it will be a technically it will be a time loss. But yeah, that's the way sometimes collectible RNG works in the game. There was one time where I collected 10 carrots and all of them were filling onions, and that was extremely bad luck.
Yeah, when this route or like first DLC came out really early on, the run was pretty RNG heavy, especially in the beginning sections because we needed a lot of food, which meant we had to come back to the beginning area quite often to like collect food. But now that we've routed the game a bit more, we don't need as much food anymore, so it's pretty easy to get out of the tutorial area without having to come back, which is really nice.
Yeah, I might have to come back just for safety strats, because of
The most uncommon item.
I'm also not getting lucky on the mushrooms here.
This cutscene introduces finding city survivors. Matthew is from the city, as mentioned before, and the first city is destroyed, and so there are some survivors out there, which Matthew is trying to find. Unfortunately for him, this is the only instance of us finding city survivors, so we never like interact with that function again.
Are you all right, Matthew? Are you all right?
Yeah, dandy. I mean, I'm not.
And now we're just walking to the next story fight. Shouldn't take that long.
Yeah, I just upgraded Breaking Waves there, which is an extremely useful ability to have from the start of the game. I can't remember what it does off the top of my head, but I know it's real handy to have.
It's really strong. Every cancel Matthew does, he gains 10% damage, stacking up to 150%. So it's basically a free 150% damage for Matthew. Really nice, and it'll be really useful for the upcoming fights that you'll see shortly once we hit this main quest marker. Right, so this fight against Desperate Agni and Desperate Kavesi.
I wonder
It's
who
a pair
they
of
are.
fighters. Yeah, I really wonder.
Why do I have
But
to work with the
it's really simple fight. This is actually the art fusion tutorial, so we'll have to wait for Matthew's top left art that didn't even hit the charge up before we can actually do lethal damage to them. But the one on the right, the red-haired girl, is much squishier than the left-hand boy, so we'll target him. We'll target him first. And after we do our fusion art, we can just take them out and take them down.
I was lucky that didn't hit me. Fun around. Oh well.
Glimmer's gonna heal here,
Yeah.
unfortunately, but it should be fine. AoE should get Glimmer down.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Glimmer. Desperate Agni.
It's totally not Glimmer.
Oh, nice fight.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate
We're gonna
that Desperate Kavesi turned around. But yeah.
Yeah, unfortunate. So this next fight is the same formula as the last fight. It's a pair of fighters. Not much difference in the strategy, just takes longer because they're more tankier.
You can throw a dozen Mobius at me for all I care. I'll hunt you.
I will mention that last fight, Eon tried to hit Nickel from the back because unlike base game Xenoblade 3, Future Redeem actually introduced enemy weaknesses. And enemy weaknesses are basically a weak point that you can hit. And if you hit an enemy from that weak point, they take 1.5 times damage. So it's really important to be aware of where the enemy weak points are and use that to our advantage. Normally, you can find enemy weaknesses through the X Reader, which is something that you can grind for in-game. But since we're speedrunners, we already know all the enemy weaknesses, so it doesn't really matter. And that's the end of Chapter 1. Chapters in this Future Redeemed game doesn't really matter that much because they're pretty arbitrary in terms of length. Like the first chapter and the very last chapter are very short, and most of the game is in Chapter 4, so it's not a good marker of like where we are in the speedrun compared to base game 3, but it's worth noting.
I think I missed the first hit, right? It'll be fine now. But yeah, Gondor here, I can't use Detonate Hit, otherwise I will get punished. He'll immediately use his version of Detonate Hit, and what will happen is I can't hit him at all. But yeah, Gondor is Matthew's grandfather, Matthew Niall's grandfather. And yeah, we're fighting Gondor here because it's a flashback. And mainly it's meant to expand on Niall's character and why she's so important to save. And I believe there's like several flashback sequences in the game as well.
Yeah, but we skip all of them, so
Oh, most of them, yeah.
yeah. So this upcoming section is basically 5 minutes of running. We gather some collectibles here and there and look at an affinity scene for AP, but there's not much action going on here, so might as well explain the story. So Xenoblade 3
Heavy-handed
takes
as
place in the
always.
world
I'm
of
gonna
Ionios.
select this in case of backup.
Sorry about
No,
that.
nothing.
I just couldn't
Yeah,
think
so
of any
sometimes
other way to
that
put it.
bunny can dig up another carrot in case you don't have enough. So it saves you going back. But that bunny did not dig up a carrot, so
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
yeah.
As I was saying, Xenoblade 3 takes place in the world of Ionios, and Future Redeemed takes place like at least 1,000 years before base game. And the background of the world is that there are two warring nations in Ionios, Kevis and Agnes. Kevis is black-blue themed clothes, and Kevis
Can't
is
you?
black and blue
I
themed,
find the
while
behavior
Agnes is
oddly
white themed.
familiar.
And the two kids we were fighting earlier, Desperate Agni and Desperate Kavesi, they're actually called Nickel, the Kavesi, and Glimmer, the Agnes one. And Matthew basically freed them from their armies. So Nickel, the Kavesi one, the blonde boy, was pretty chill with that, so he elected to stay with Matthew.
Oh,
But Glimmer was not fine with that. So she ran away, and now we're trying to find her.
Which way next?
Because if she makes it back to Anagnian camp, she'll probably be executed because she's a deserter, basically. It's hard to explain. But yeah.
I forgot to make the quick travel thing fast, so I can do that in the next one. But yeah, there's actually like a way to make quick travel a
Mobius
little bit
hunters.
faster.
Mhm.
So you just save time through that. This is a recent route change, I believe.
Yeah, thank you, quadriceps.
I'm gonna collect this one. I'm getting so many dainty shrooms. I would love another kelp mushroom, but I'm not getting any.
Right, what's next?
So yeah, the elevator up ahead to exit Vermilion Woods, the first area of the game, is currently broken. And we're on a fetch quest to gather parts
What are we doing?
to repair it.
There we go.
This is the place.
Oh yeah, we should mention Dupe Village.
Careful.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So before patch 2.0, before patch 2.1,
Yeah.
which released a few weeks ago with the release of the Pyra and Myth Amiibo
It's just
compatibility
begging to be got.
update, you used to be able to dupe accessories by precisely timing when you opened a relic. You would warp away just before you picked it up, and that would dupe the accessory. But unfortunately, they patched it out, so there is some route differences
It's here.
if you are playing on 2.1 versus 2.0. It's currently minor differences between routes, but it does help duping some accessories. But yeah, overall, not a big deal for now.
That's our target
Yeah.
acquired.
It might end up being a big deal depending on
Let's head back for
what we
now.
can dupe. But yeah, it just depends. I might have to. Of course.
Oh, nope.
Yeah, it looks like I have to come back here later. Oh, well, that's my bad. I can do it in the menu. I forgot to change time through the quick travel menu, which
Okay,
you can do
We've arrived.
by pressing L and R. But you can change time through the system menu.
Yeah. So now we're heading to the elevator, gonna repair it, and head up to Aurora Shelf.
Yeah, which is
Probably the biggest area in the game. I don't know.
yeah, I would say so. Hopefully I collected another warning lamp too, because I didn't. Okay, yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's good.
This will be worth fixing.
Yeah, so some collectibles in the collectopedia, they don't need as many items, so some items tend to be more important. That's why we like to collect the printing wood. But yeah, there's a lot of like minor things in the run you have to like keep in
This
mind.
elevator's seen better days.
Uh,
I hope it doesn't break
quick
down
travels
on the way.
and time change is one thing.
Hey, don't
I don't
say
believe you
things
use
like
it, but
that.
a lot of
We'll
other
jinx it.
runners do.
Yeah, I don't use it, but
Yeah.
pretty nice to have. So welcome to Aurora Shelf. This is where the game really opens up in terms of exploration, and you're greeted with one of the best themes in the game, called the Amia region.
You said
Actually,
it.
the soundtrack released like I think 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So we know the official names of all the area themes now, which is really nice.
Another priceless
We're just
view.
calling it Aurora Shelf before, but the Amia region now, which makes sense because the theme does not play in only Aurora Shelf.
All right, give me your best shot.
Leon here is going to kill a bat. This bat would drop a really good item that we can use to craft a gem later on, which is really strong. Empowered combo,
The
extremely
alcohol's
busted on
Okay.
Matthew or any player-controlled character.
That's a relief that I got a common one because I can
Yeah.
get a rare
There's enough time
variety
to
drop, which is not good.
Yeah, so as you were saying,
These fists
you
just
cannot
keep
craft
hitting
the
harder.
gem with a rare version of the Vang membrane, so we need to get a common version. Level up here and craft gems.
Looks
Steel
decent
Cleaver,
enough.
Bremen Spirit,
Let's
and
take it for a
Empowered
trip.
combo,
Yeah, two.
which is
I
cancel
like
damage.
Gems ready?
Really strong on Matthew
We can do more later.
or Rex, but we're actually gonna control Matthew for most of this run, I know everyone likes to meme on
Okay, I'm
Rex,
good.
like being the strongest character, double spinning edge, double
Gotta
spinning
stock
edge,
up on the
etc.
goods.
But I don't use double spinning edge that much. Eon might, but personally, I don't use double
I
spinning edge
actually
at all.
don't myself. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
unfortunately, there's gonna be no
That's how
spam
you make
for
jumps.
gathers, ESC. But Matthew is just as fun to watch, in my opinion. Even funner than Rex.
I think
play.
Matthew's more interesting because of what you can do with him, which we'll definitely showcase for sure.
An ether channel as expected.
Yeah. So it's also worth paying attention to our ether sources.
Stay
Ether,
cool.
unlike base game. Actually, I can't remember, but ether has a really big role in this game because it's used to craft ladders and ether lifts to get around places, and it's mandatory to finish the game. So we're gonna have to keep track of that.
And also need to collect noise bites, which are important for
Yeah.
later in the game.
What have we got here?
And we're coming up to our first like major trick of the game, I guess.
Yeah. I need to switch characters here
Let me blaze us a trail.
because I think it's more likely to be successful with A, but that might be due to character hitboxes and all that, or
Hello.
character
What's
detection.
this?
Might be a thing.
Yeah. So
We still
this
have
trick was recently discovered.
Initiative.
Well, it was found to have a better strategy,
Things will
Thanks
be
to
different
quadriceps
this
again.
time.
and you'll see Eon hopefully pull it
I
off.
felt that.
Yeah, I'm still relatively new to this, so I might not be as good as others, but we'll see.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I did get.
So what we are trying to do is grab that relic without
Things will
the
be different
Rhinon
this time.
Igna looking at us. And you have to time the opening just right so that you can open it without getting caught. It might take a few tries, but it saves a lot of time over the other strategy.
Which is save and quit.
It's sometimes prudent to retreat.
I think I'm doing it too early. I'm pressing the A button too early. That's what I'm doing wrong.
We've
The
got
other
your
strategy is
number now.
100% like 100% safe, but
I felt
even if you
that.
fail this trick like 3 times, it's still faster than save and quit. But we can always do save and quit if we need
Yeah.
a reliable backup.
We will know.
I'll be.
Uh,
I thought I had it. That's weird. I definitely heard the button go off, but it didn't open the chest.
We've
Yeah.
got your number now.
Yeah. Might want to hear it. It's a little bit
I
better.
felt that.
Down.
I definitely heard the button
that
go
was really
off. Yeah.
close.
I definitely heard the button go off. I might want
Things will be
to
different
save and
this
quit
time.
after this attempt.
I felt that.
There we go.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, there we go.
So that saves around like a minute over the other method. So it's pretty nice. Really nice if you get it first try. But even if you get it second, third try, it's still fine.
Yeah.
Saves some time. And the rest of this like route is just gathering resources for the upcoming boss fight because believe it or not, Future Redeem is really,
Check
really
this out.
short for Xenoblade standards. Like casually, it's extremely short, and as a speedrun, it's still very short.
Always worth harvesting.
Like 2 hour speedrun, I know, not that short, but compared to the other runs, it's really short. Like Xenoblade 3 stands at 6:15 around there. Xenoblade 2 and Xenoblade 1 stand at like 4 hours. So 2 hours is
Would
really
you
not
look
that
at
bad,
An ether channel.
especially for an RPG run. But as it's really short, the boss level spikes are really high. Like the previous bosses we fought were level 7, and this upcoming boss is level 14. And in order to fight the boss without any grinding, we need to gather
Already?
resources in order to get stronger.
Okay, so on to John
Got
Polly.
a rare one.
Yeah, I'm just walking in. So if there are any questions in chat, right, that's fine. There's nothing to talk about right now.
Looking out at it like this.
I hope I don't get spotted by the unique monster.
Front and center.
Oh yes, the speedrun is shorter than Torn for sure.
Youch.
Yeah, it's mainly because we don't have to go through community stuff.
Yeah, community stuff.
Like, there is community in this game, but it isn't forced, which is
Yeah.
I'm kind
a
of
big
curious.
deal. Like, the moment we saw
Corna,
community,
yeah.
we were like, oh no, and then it was just like, oh, okay, good, we don't have to deal with that.
Yeah, Torno itself is really short, but it's just a side quest, community band-aid. Without that and Feature Redeemed is much shorter.
Okay. Like anything, I got that. Just those bites.
But that's that thing you registered.
We need
Yeah, so
another.
beyond just handing in
top
stuff to the
Right,
Collectopedia,
that's registered.
I get AP from Matthew,
Collectopedia
because Matthew is really strong.
It checks out.
Yeah, I think we had the same idea with the reroute
That'll do it.
to do this menu here. I'm just gonna immediately use my Fandy kit.
Yep.
So the Fandy
So-
kit I collected from one of the chests earlier will open up stuff for me.
I just came up with a new move.
Right.
Got a new skill. Got a new skill.
Yeah, so unlike base games in
Got a
Blade
new
3,
skill.
there's a lot of stuff that are not
I
locked
must
to
be some kind
levels.
of genius.
So Art Unlock, Gem Unlock,
The results
Accessory
of
Unlock
experience.
are not tied to levels,
results
but
of
instead unlock
experience.
kits, which allows us to get accessories much
Alright, looking
earlier
good.
than base game.
I
And there's this new system called Affinity Growth, which allows us to upgrade our characters.
Energy
And some of these
boost.
passives Affinity Growth gives are really strong.
No such thing as over accessorizing.
That one.
These are
The bigger they are,
Alright, you can give up and enter the
the
next fight,
harder I
Yep.
hit.
because it whoops us back to the landmark. So this fight is against a level 14 Rhinon, but luckily for us, we're under leveled, but this fight is actually the Unity combo tutorial, which gives us a free Unity combo, which is pretty strong. In this game, Unity combos replace interlinking, and Unity combos are the only method of finishing a combo in this game. So we're gonna use a Unity combo after a launch, because it replaces Smash or Burst in this game, and it basically does a large amount of damage. And it also grants the people who finish the combo Awakening. And Awakening is a really strong buff because it increases, or rather, it reduces the cooldown of our character arc, which allows us to finish this Rhinon pretty fast. Like, we'll get Gigantic Beat ASAP really fast. Mighty Strike goes down
I
goes down
missed.
to
That's
3 minutes of
really
charge.
bad.
Oh, that's really bad.
Yeah, that's like worst case
Matthew's gonna
scenario.
die.
This is the move.
Yeah. That's the side effect of fighting this boss at level 9. We're on the level to our dexterity is not that high.
I ran out of. That's fine.
Yeah, it should go down.
Yeah, I was lucky to have stuff up so I didn't die. Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
Yeah. Despite how not so great that went, because the worst case scenario happens, it went well, surprisingly. I'm just gonna,
Matthew is notorious for missing.
yeah. I think I did miss earlier as well. Yeah, with a Mighty Strike as well. But yeah.
It's mainly because we're fighting bosses and enemies at such low levels,
Let's have
but
it then.
we still complain because it's the only thing we can do.
Yeah. Yeah, we're opening that container to unlock a art kit, which is going to be useful pretty soon.
And now we're just walking to the next MSQ, and this one features Glimmer, the desperate agony which ran away from us.
Yeah. So we don't have
This fight's pretty
a
simple.
yeah, Ouroboros ability
Right.
yet in this fight.
Time to go for the throat.
And this part here is an auto scroller, basically. We can't really do anything to really speed this up. There is a collectible over there, but Matthew can collect it, so. Yeah.
Yeah, so there is an HP gate to cancel this fight, but the enemies are just too strong for Glimmer to handle, so the best way to leave this fight as soon as possible is just to let them down Glimmer. Which is unfortunate. It's a bit of waiting. It's even worse on easy where the enemies do 0 damage, but on normal and hard it doesn't take that long.
I'm still holding on. Let's go!
Nice. We are now approaching the first of, I'd say, 3 major boss fights of the game. Maybe like boss, like gauntlets,
Yeah.
Monsters
featuring
of the
Mobius
world,
W.
beware!
And it's a pretty fun fight, interesting. We don't have the full party yet, so next fight will be pretty fun to watch,
Okay, good. That was
especially since
just on the board of the cutscene, so I just got that in time.
Yeah.
Not in
Can't
time, but
believe
yeah,
I
we'll be
just got
seeing
that.
one
What are the
character come back.
chances of us finding city survivors out here?
That's just one of the possibilities.
Are you gonna cook?
Yes, I am.
skipping?
Yeah. Just for a little bit of
This
extra
is a good time
safety
to
here.
explain. Yeah, this is a good time to explain the main savior of this
More
run,
enemies.
which
Oh,
is
just
our
leave us
chunky
alone.
veggie soup.
Enemy data complete.
It's a food item that, when used, gives 30% extra XP per successive enemy killed in combat.
Oh.
So, whenever you would defeat an enemy, you would gain 100% of the XP value that enemy gives. But if you're fighting 2 enemies, and then you would defeat one of them, gain 100% XP, and then you defeat the next one, instead of gaining 100% XP, you gain 130% XP. Which is
Add
really
to your
nice,
personal
and
leads,
we'll
everyone.
use that function to gain massive amounts of XP later on.
Ah, that's worked up a good sweat.
In this fight specifically, or rather the next fight, we can actually use the XP streak function to gain a lot of XP, because the next boss is have multiple enemies in them instead of just one. For that, we're gonna have to do one more final Glimmer section. Well, it doesn't take that long.
Yeah, this is probably the shorter one since we can actually defeat these enemies. This dude here can actually heal, so want to take him out first.
Time to go. No holds barred.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah, that's very good.
And now we're up against Colony Eta Furanis, featuring the Mobius battle theme. Really good song. If you haven't listened to it on the
Gotta take
official
care of the
release,
big
please
one
do.
first.
But yeah, so we're actually joined here by Shulk, the main protagonist of Xenoblade 1. He's a tank. Well, unfortunately, he's not that good. And in Xenoblade 1, he was really good, like top 3 character, but in this game, he's arguably the worst of the 6. He's just a tank, he does stuff. He has a break art, maybe his best attribute, but he's a party member, so we'll take it.
Oh wow, I'm getting all the breaks.
Nice break, luck.
Yeah,
Find a way to turn it around.
and I'm
So
somehow still
this
alive.
fight, yeah. This fight takes advantage of Matthew's dodge tank capabilities. You'll see his middle center art, rather, his middle right art, revolt uppercut, is an evasion art. And we can use that art to evade dangerous attacks, specifically breakdown shot and the dual crash. We're getting a lot of breaks.
I'm getting
This is
very
not
lucky
normal.
here. Yeah.
Yeah. We have a 15% chance to break him, so 3 breaks is really lucky. But yeah, so we use revolt uppercut to dodge the Furnace's dangerous attack. And you can tell whenever he's using a dangerous attack by his name. His name actually changes into the art he's using. So we want to time our evasion art when he uses that dangerous attack. Like pulse laser, but we have Ace Vision, so we should live.
Yeah. Age vision completely negates all potential
Wow.
damage. Yeah, that was a really good fight.
Absolutely amazing fight.
Oh my goodness.
Like I said before, we have a 15% chance to break, and we hit 4 breaks. That is absolute insanity.
That is absurd. Yeah. I don't usually get that many breaks in a fight, so that is
Yeah,
impressive.
really good fight. Okay, we're on the second half of the boss gauntlet, featuring Mobius W and his 2 Francis.
I'm gonna do a little bit of
We're-
safety
we're not-
here,
yeah,
just
sure.
menuing. Yeah,
We're gonna give our new members some stuff to make them stronger. And you'll notice that we're joined by Glimmer, who we've seen before, and Rex, the main protagonist of Xenoblade 2. He was really strong in Xenoblade 2, and I'm glad to say that he's still really strong in Future Redeemed. Maybe not that strong, but it's pretty close, I think. In Future Redeemed, he has an absurd amount of damage through his affinity growth. Unfortunately, we won't see that through player control, but we will see his damage through trainer checks. So, look forward to that.
my break luck will run
So,
out
yeah.
there.
So this fight against Mobius W has 3 enemies, Kadesi Furanis, Mobius W, and Agni Furanis. And in order to damage the main body Mobius W, you need to kill the other 2 enemies, the 2 Furanises, because Mobius W actually has a 99% damage reduction field on him, so you can't damage him until you take out the other 2. Nice, better launch. Gonna look for a unity combo here.
And we're gonna do it on the other Fronis, just so that we can reduce the HP of that. You can set up, so it's going to be a mechanic where he's going to revive, the Mobius W is going to revive other parts of the Fronis, which, yeah, you kind of have to do a little bit of a balancing act to make sure that they don't revive all the time.
Nice. So we are going to chain attack Mobius W because, as I stated before, the more enemies you kill in combat, the more XP you get. So killing the 2 Furnaces plus the revived one will give us 3 enemies total, and then Mobius W be our 4th, and that'll give us a lot of XP.
I'm surprised Mertz hasn't activated yet. It should activate, yeah, right now, yeah.
Yeah. This will revive our fallen Kadesi Furnace Mobius W head,
Yeah.
which makes the fight slightly more dangerous, but it'll be fun.
Yeah, especially if double destruction happens to be the next move. It won't be double destruction because I just broke it.
Yeah. We're fine taking our time in this fight because we want to get chain attack, and it's actually interesting to know that chain attack gauge is actually reduced compared to the base game.
Oh my
It takes,
goodness,
like-
what is going on?
Wow.
I've never had this
Oh, yeah.
luck, yeah.
Chain attack charges roughly around like 30 to 40% slower. Through all sources, like art canceling, doing arts, like reviving people, stuff like that. Yeah, they've had their chain attack gauge reduced by quite a bit. So it's slower. And now Mobius W's can cast Limitless Lightning, which takes off his 99% damage reduction, and you can go hammer him and chain attack
Yes.
for some XP.
Yeah, the current route now doesn't do this, but for safety and, yeah, we're going to do the chain attack.
So since we killed 3 previous enemies, this will be a 4th, which will give us a 220 XP multiplier. If I do my math correctly. I think. Maybe it's 190%, but anyway. We have that 100% 90 with 190% XP multiplier.
Oh goodness, what should it's like, who should I go
Combine
with
that,
first?
yeah.
It's just,
Combine that with the overkill function, which gives us even more XP, currently 200, but it can go up to like 400. So get a ridiculous amount of XP. Like we'll go up to like level 22 if Jan does 5% overkill.
yeah, I'm going to just go level 21 actually, not 22. So I will cut the chain attack short.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I see in chat that asking if the speedrun utilizes A's talent. It actually does.
Yes.
Yeah. Because some boss fights coming up are pretty dangerous because we fight them at low levels, so Vision being a very powerful tool as it is, going to be pretty useful. But,
I think that's all. Yeah. Yeah, that's good
Nice
enough.
fight.
Yeah.
yeah, we just went from level 14 to level 21 in one boss fight,
Yeah.
which allows us to keep up with the breakneck pacing of the game.
That's not too bad. Like I've kind of almost caught to my PB. Like I'm like only a minute behind despite that, which is pretty good.
Yeah, all things considered, like only being a minute behind is quite good for a showcase, especially in a game like this.
Yeah.
Gently now, Rex.
I
This
had
is
to say
Unity
the
skill tutorial?
yeah, this is the Unity tutorial. Yeah, I had to say that the fights definitely made up for it. The amount of breaks I got, that was absolutely ridiculous.
Guess we can expect monsters en route. Better stick close
We'll be
together.
revisiting the Unity skill section in a bit, but
Yeah,
for now we're just doing a lot of walking.
Open up.
yeah, we do have extra chances to collect stuff that we may have missed in Aurora's shelf up here. I'm not going to collect these items yet because you can actually skip a little tutorial here if you don't collect that immediately. You do get it later though, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, so now we're just doing a little walk to Colony 9.
I just got all the silver seeds in the world.
Pretty familiar place. If you
Yes.
play Xenoblade 1, you should recognize this place.
This
I certainly did.
is quite
Yeah, I
rare.
did too.
Like the theme that plays here is pretty iconic, I think.
What is that?
Like, I recognize it immediately.
Me too. But
Really nice combat. Really nice callback.
yeah, I speedran New Game Plus for Xenoblade 1, so there's like certain things that I would instantly remember, and this definitely was it. And not to mention it plays like the same theme as Definitive Edition, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can see
So,
it now.
really nice. And also, we should have mentioned like the sound effect when we collected some of these items were from Xenoblade Chronicles 1 as well. Like the little jingle is also from that.
Yeah. Future Redeemed overall is a love letter to Xenoblade 1.
Yeah.
Like it has some references to Xenoblade 2, but it really focuses on Xenoblade 1 references, which is fine. It's a base game. Liked to reference Xenoblade 2 a lot. So I kind of even out here, but still interesting to know.
Yeah, so Colony 9 is like our main hub, for lack of a better word. Also, I just got the battle manual I was mentioning earlier.
I'll remember that
Now
name.
we're talking to a bunch of NPCs because unlike Torna,
Nice. A new face.
we don't have to do their quests. We can just talk to them and get AP, which is used to enhance our character's skills.
Let's make a note of
So
the
it's pretty
name.
useful. It's like 6 AP for basically doing nothing.
Let's make a note of the name.
So yeah,
Let's maintain good relations.
this shouldn't take too long.
Yeah, I'm going to skip Karam because we actually get him later, as well as Sorumi
Let's maintain good
for
relations.
the
Open up.
AP.
There's need.
They're drying clothes.
I like the domestic. I'll remember that name. Makes the place feel like home.
And we talked to Panacea to finish the tour. Or like to begin
all
the
done
tour
then?
rather. Just a bunch of skipping cutscenes because we're speedrunning. Alright, now we're free to do as we please.
Yeah.
And we're given Riku's Workshop quest, which is a fetch quest, basically. And doing this will allow us to proceed the main story and upgrade our weapons, which is
I need to
really
memorize
nice.
everyone's names.
Harvey.
We're just gonna do a few more things before we head out.
Yeah, I don't immediately go to Rock Islands. I think that's what I do differently from other people. Mainly to take advantage of speed joggers. We don't get speed jogger, so I save like an extra 6 seconds, which is obviously not a lot of
Yeah.
time, but personally I feel like
So
it adds
Speed
up.
Jogger, Speed Jogger is a buff that gives the party 10% movement speed,
This is the
which
place.
makes us run faster, which ultimately ends up making the speed run faster. So that's
Oh,
pretty
I
nice.
got another battle manual. That's interesting. Huh. Sorry to interrupt you, but yeah,
That's fine.
that's weird.
Yeah, so Speed Jogger is actually not tied to the main quest. It's actually tied to a side quest. But 10% movement speed, still worth going out our way for, especially with the other things we get. And we're just gonna continue Riku's quest because we want to finish the main story now.
Yeah, so the infinity scene upstairs is a big fan service scene. This is where Dunban's bed was. Dunban was essentially Shulk's mentor in Xenoblade Chronicles 1. And yeah, we get some, I guess, reveals of what happened after the events of that game. Which, yeah, definitely very exciting.
Quite rare.
So we're warping to the tree, Pioneer's Point, and we're here because we want to finish Riku's quest. Because there are some enemies guarding the materials he needs to craft their weapons. But before we do that, we're actually going to go out of our way to kill some unique monsters because these unique monsters have some very pivotal accessories that we need to beat the later game bosses.
I must be some kind of genius.
So we're just going to upgrade Matthew here because he's doing most of our damage for now. And we're going to kill this unique monster for a very, very cracked item.
Hopefully I don't miss it, because I did miss it in one run and I was just like, hold on. Did I not pick it up somehow? But yeah, that was very weird. Yeah.
We do have a question in chat asking if the movement speed buff applies when jumping in this game, because they recall that it doesn't in 2.
I don't think it does when jumping, yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, but pretty sure it does not.
If it follows all other Xenoblade games, okay, good, go crack Crystal. Yeah, so if it follows all other Xenoblade logic, then it shouldn't, yeah, do that. Also, I landed on the branch. That's nice.
Yeah, so that Ardoon UM dropped Cracked Crystal, which is an insane accessory for one of the upcoming fights. And we're gonna kill another unique monster, which drops some useful accessories, namely Colorful Feather and White Wraps, which you might use, I think.
Did I miss that? Twice? Hello? What? I hate that they make Lures miss now. They used to be 100% in Xenoblade 1, but they're not anymore.
Yeah. So, Eon aggroed those two other lures because, again, combat street food, the more enemies you kill in combat, the more XP you gain overall. So, pretty nice game of XP by just killing some trash mobs. Especially with Matthew's AoE, it's like basically no time extra.
I missed the last one. Lovely.
Matthew's like 9 levels over. How can you be missing? And the answer to that is there's actually an accuracy cap in this game.
Yeah.
All moves have a cap of 90% chance, 97% chance of hitting. So you could be like level 99 fighting a level 1 mob. You still have a 3% chance of missing, which is not fun.
And a little bit silly, admittedly, as well.
Yeah.
Open up. Says
This container holds a Napalm Medal, which is good for our side quest, and Hermit Mask. It's pretty strong against terrestrial mobs. It deals 90% extra damage against overworld mobs,
made it.
which is basically most of the enemies we're fighting.
Oh, it's up here. Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna aggro this Igna Fortress. Pretty semi-difficult part of the run, I say. Mainly because they have so many people here. It's like 10 monsters here. But Matthew, the king of AoE damage, in my opinion, makes it quicker for them. So our main strategy here is just to charge up Matthew's talent art, because it does AoE and recharges all arts. Really nice. So we're gonna aggro like a few of them. And then once we get talent art, we can go on ahead and wipe out the rest of the people here.
Oh, Glimmer got wiped out. That's not good.
Kill 3 people, it's fine.
Yeah.
Really, the main threat of this boss fight is the big one, but as long as you kill his minions, it doesn't take that long to kill.
Also, coincidentally, the union menu that we got gives us Matthew Nicole, which is very nice
Yeah.
because the AoE damage is very strong with Matthew Nicole.
Yeah, so each new parrying gives the party like a specific buff. And parrying Matthew and Nico actually increases the damage of your AoE arts and the rage of it. So very useful for this fight,
I don't
being
hate it.
as it is
We
a
got 'em
AoE
good.
fight. And there's also another AoE fight coming up later in the run, and that fight is the most difficult fight in the run. So we don't use it on that fight, but it's still a viable alternative. And I used it for a lot of my runs until we found something better.
Treasure.
The last fight of this quest is actually not part of the main story, but a side quest
Yeah, this is
for
for
Speed Jogger.
yeah, Bobby, who got assaulted by these tokens. Tokens are kind of like a menace in the Xenoblade worlds, usually.
Yeah. But they're pretty weak for AoE.
I'm gonna wait till power charge.
Yep.
Really gets up, yeah.
Power Charge is a very strong buff. It basically gives the next art that you use a 1.5 times multiplier. And Matthew has access to it by himself. It's really nice. The Power Charge's talent art.
Yeah.
You can also share that buff
What
with
did they
these
want
other party
again?
members.
Cool.
And you can buff the effectiveness of the Power Charge with gems, which is also really good. So Matthew's basically a jack of all trades. He does DPS, he supports, a pretty good tank. Better than Shulk at least.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go back to the camp because I am missing a mushroom, and then I'll continue
Yeah.
the main game.
Here we are.
Mushrooms are usually easier to collect, but I just didn't get lucky enough. They usually rock up here, but
So we're looking for kelp mushroom.
yes.
That is not kelp mushroom. Kelp mushrooms are yellow, they're rare, which means they're rarer than common. Nope. We're getting dainty shrooms.
Yes, a lot of dainty shroom.
We are looking for a yellow drop.
Let's bash 'em.
Nope. That's why.
Good.
Yeah, this is why we try to like rat out as much food as we can so that we don't have to do this. I think right now it's like pretty much minimum right now, which is very good. But for the sake of safety and all that, yeah, having extra food is nice.
It's pretty unlucky. We've picked up like what, 8 shrooms now?
Yeah,
So not a single rare one?
10, actually, I think.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Kelp mushroom. Okay, now we can finish the quest. Because we'll need food for this upcoming fight because it's very, very important.
Yeah, this is, yeah, so usually we do the food stuff before the Ignis, I believe.
Yeah.
I think I got, oh, I thought I had memory leak there.
We're
That's going to be something to talk about a bit later.
I love memory leaks.
Yep.
Yeah, this game is pretty bad with them, especially this area, Yesterdale. The main hub is pretty bad with loading screens.
We're going to get,
The rest of this section is basically just walking and buying stuff.
yeah.
All right. Knock on medal in the bag.
Do you mind if I jump in with a very quick announcement?
And we
Sure.
trade them in for
Sure.
lavish prizes.
I just want to let everyone know that in addition to GDQ being live at TwitchCon in October with GDQX, in September, Games Done Quick will be at PAX West from the 1st through the 4th of September. So if you're interested in watching live runs there, or maybe you want to try your hand at the Speedrun Gauntlet, you should head over to the Speedrun stage at PAX West during September 1st through the 4th. Find out more. Definitely check us out over at PAX West. We've done PAX East a couple of times. It's always a good time if you want to head over there. And lastly, if you have missed out on any Hotfix shows or past events like Flame Fatales, which happened last week, you can check us out at the VOD, check out the VODs over at youtube.com/Games Done Quick. Go ahead and back to you.
The hunt begins.
Yeah,
in,
this is where we
Shopping
get
Land.
Karom after this.
You know what? Someone
quest.
saying wax pest came out of my mouth is absolutely a thing I would say.
Smells so appetizing.
Someone saying in chat like that they heard wax pests and it's like, oh no. Did I actually say that?
No, you did.
Oh,
Let's
God.
maintain good relations. Give 'em room.
You're fine.
Cool. It's not outside of the realm of possibility where I just say complete opposite of what I'm trying to
We
say.
mustn't neglect our bonds of affinity.
Yeah, but this is where we get the people we missed out talking to, which is Karome and Somi. We get to get them here, so we get their affinity points later. So we still get their affinity points, but just a little bit later. Anyway, this is where we upgrade weapons. So I guess volume warning or whatever, because there's a lot of voice lines. We're doing less upgrades, thank goodness. But yeah,
Yeah, unfortunately, the weapon upgrades are tied to some sections of the game. Upcoming, there's an Agni cap, which drops the necessary materials for level 4 upgrades. But we skipped that area, so we're stuck with level 3 weapons for the rest of the game, but we make do with that.
So now
I'm gonna
Riku's
upgrade
even
Matthew one
upgrading
more
our
time
weapons
just
for us.
for a little bit of safety.
Yeah, so now that we've upgraded the main weapons we needed, we are free to progress the story.
Oh, what am I doing? There we go. Don't know what I was doing there. I think for some reason, like there's like a
Good for
minor
eating,
little
good
change
for
where
Perfect.
the goodness,
Impressive handiwork.
the buttons you press are slightly different from like the main game, so that can like really
Yeah,
Let's call it there.
that can mess you up a little bit. Anyway, I just use this menu
Gotta
to
take a
craft
break
gems
sometime.
because I'm gonna get because I need to equip them pretty soon.
yeah. So now we're on to the, I'd say like second third of the game. And main
Better stake
story
our
synopsis
claim.
is basically that Matthew's looking for his sister, and we've gotten a clue on where
Looks like it worked.
his sister is.
Yeah. Now Rockwell
Currently,
Lake
there's
really is a
evidence
stone's
pointing
throw
that
away.
she died, but we're going to head out and check out the area where she supposedly died to confirm that for ourselves.
And also, there's like soldiers disappearing as well, so that's another part
Yeah.
of it as well from Colony 9.
Yep.
That's why Shulk and Rex are a bit invested in it as well.
Oh, bah. Someone's eager for a kicking.
We're gonna pick up that black shard because we need that to build an ether lift later on,
Yeah.
or
Also,
rather ether
Got a
Yeah.
rare one.
I think that's correct. Yes.
ether slide,
Yeah. Ether slide.
ether slide for shards and ether lifts for crystals.
Yeah. I mainly jumped that way for the black shard in order to.
No good.
Oh goodness, I hope I didn't
Attention.
provoke anything else. I shouldn't have, but you mainly don't want to get aggro on by the flag, because if you get like flag aggro, they won't lose aggro on you.
Yeah. For some reason, flags have basically infinite range in terms of aggro.
Even though they're flags. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a small detour, pick up our third associate unlock it for Rex, because Rex is very strong in chains, so that's extra damage for him. Really nice.
I'll probably only have a second one because I don't do the route that you guys do.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so fun though.
That's fine, yeah.
We can pocket that
And
for
coming up
later.
here, we have a whole section of Agnian soldiers, which we completely skip, besides one flag, because
Who else?
that flag has infinite range.
Just follow me. Felt that.
So we want to avoid like all the soldiers besides the flag.
We've been found.
And we're gonna defeat the flag real quick
Revolt uppercut.
and try and pick up the gate key without getting spotted. Nice. Alright, so now the job is just to kill the flag and get out of here. The flag actually doesn't do anything besides spawn soldiers, so it's not a threat.
Mighty strike.
Flags in this game get tankier the more enemies they respawn, but since we're only fighting the flag, it's pretty squishy. Nice. And now we just want to get to the gate with getting spotted.
Yeah. Oh,
These guys in front of the gate are pretty blind.
Yeah.
Like, they're guarding the gate, but they can't see us.
Yeah.
Who else? This is where the SOS came from. Let's comb the area.
And that's how we avoid doing most of that camp.
Yeah.
So pick up this art unlock kit for Rex, I believe.
Yes.
and head back to camp to progress the story
Don't lose it.
and begin probably the hardest section of the game.
Yeah, this section definitely kills most runs. And it might take a few attempts depending on how it goes. Oh yeah, we can blame the helmets too for the Agni soldiers. Bro.
Yeah, we're just do some small minis here for Rex because Rex is really strong in chain attacks again. Because he has so many crit buffs, he's designed around critting. I mean, he is designed around critting in Xenoblade 2, so it makes sense. Yeah, so they give him a lot of crit modifiers.
And then I need...
And the Glimmer goes well with him because he actually has a buff that gives 25% crit rate and 50% crit damage. And that buff can get enhanced with the enhanced buff gems.
Burning ballad.
So Rex and Glimmer go well together, and Rex becomes an absolute machine in chain attacks. Surprisingly though, we are not using Rex and Glimmer's Unity combo,
Yeah.
the Unity skill,
Where's the brute memory?
because Rex has another combo which is stronger than that, believe it or not.
Yeah, I believe I was the first person to use them runs, but then I think you
Yep.
found a better version of it. I'm going to use White Rex. Because that's L. And I almost forgot to... Because that's very important.
So we're actually going to use Rex and Matthew's Unity skill here because their skill, All But Fatal, increases enemy weakness damage by 30 percentage points. And it's actually bugged right now, so it actually applies twice and to the whole party. The whole party aspect doesn't really matter, but applying twice is pretty nice. So instead of 30% extra damage, it's 60% extra points. And the enemy weakness modifier currently is 1.5 times damage. But with Rex and Matthew, it goes up to 2.1x. So it basically doubles your damage if you're hitting enemy weakness.
I'll rest my
Absolutely
feet if you
huge
don't mind.
and better than Rex and Glimmer's Unity skill by a lot. Alright, end of chapter 3, I believe.
Yes.
And we have a short fight before we can actually start the hard part.
Yes. At this point in the plot, we find out that the person that defeated the soldiers was Niall, who is Matthew's sister.
And that's not really fun for all of us
Yes.
in the party.
Yeah, especially Matthew.
So she is pretty strong.
Yeah.
She is very strong.
That was
As I mentioned
very
before,
unfortunate.
Future Redeemed is a pretty short run, pretty short game in general. So the level spikes between bosses are really big. So Nael/Alpha stands at a whopping level 33. And the previous boss fight was like 21. Like nearly a 12 level difference. But like 5 minutes separate the walking between them, which is not that nice. Alright, so instead of fighting Nael, we're actually going to give up because we want to set up a combat streak to gain an immense amount of XP.
And that's
by
why we
defeating
use
him.
food. Yeah.
So as I said before, using the active food we have now, veggie soup, gives a 30% additional XP per enemy killed in succession. So if we kill up to 9 enemies for Agreen and Nael, and then we defeat Nael as our 10th enemy in the streak, she's going to give us 400% overall XP, which is really good, especially combined with the overkill system.
Matthew, don't push formation. Illusory blow.
Before we did this fight just straight up, like fighting Nael like around 27, 28, and that fight was pretty bad because she hits really hard. Like she's level 33.
That's very unfortunate that I got locked on.
So we actually do this reset and fight enemies around Nael before fighting her directly for 3 reasons. First reason is for XP, of course. The second reason is to throw a chain attack because she can pretty much just defeat the whole party before we get our chain attack. And third reason is to stack Cracked Crystal, which is an accessory we put on Rex, I believe. And that accessory gives Rex more damage the more enemies he's killed in combat.
That's bad. Oh no.
Yeah, the Shield Igna is a tank, so it's locked our party onto him as a tank. Oh, that is not very good.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, so this part of the run is pretty dangerous because the trash mobs are killing around Nael. She's 33, so it makes sense that the enemies around there are similar level. They're level 30, which is much higher than our party's current level. And there's just so many of them, so unless we can one-shot them, they're gonna overwhelm us quickly. Which is why we need to basically one-shot them as soon as possible.
Yeah, I got pretty unlucky with the
Not used to,
yeah, with getting locked on twice. Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. Usually, person you want to lock on others, which are which are Shulk and Nicole.
Okay, so we're just waiting for our arts to come back off cooldown before we aggro the next wave.
That's a big help. Everyone,
And I believe we are going to, just aggro the next one and try to kill them as soon as possible before they kill our party. Nice Unity launch. This will kill the Igna and probably level us up or put us very close to leveling up, and that's very good because leveling up actually fully heals our party. Right, so level 27, full heal. And with the two blue enemies out of the way, blue enemies are elite enemies, they're stronger than regular enemies. We should be good for this wave, but we have one more wave coming up before we can actually fight Nael.
I need to be very careful here as well.
Yeah. We have Vision, Ace Talon Art, which gives the whole party invincibility for 15 seconds, so that's going to be used. So we're fully invincible for 15 seconds, and that should give us enough time to kill these mobs before dying. Because that monkey right there is an elite enemy, and he's really strong. So we're trying to get out of here as soon as possible.
That should be everyone.
Alright, so that's 10 enemies killed. So the next enemy we kill will give us 400% extra XP. Or rather 400% XP of the total 100.
not done yet.
And now we just need to get a launch, I believe. Oh, that's pretty good. We have chain attack. Now we're gonna go against Nael's side for our weakness. And now we need to get Rex and Matthew in chain attack. So as a 6-person party, we have a 85% chance of seeing our Unity pair, Rex and Matthew. I believe you're going for round 4, right?
I can go for round 3. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, 85% chance. And if we get Rex, we should be out and get a very good overkill.
Can't pass this one up.
We are looking for Rex.
Can we try this one out? Now we're
Nice.
That's like
So
best
this
RNG.
order,
Yeah.
So Rex and Matthew are extremely strong. We have the 2.1x from the enemy weakness. And Rex has 45% enemy physical shred, which is really strong as an order. It's like, it's Tyon's order from base game, but a lot better. Well, it's not a lot better, but it's basically Tyon at end game levels of strength. And you can see the amount of damage Rex does, especially when he crits.
It's absolutely ludicrous how much damage it does in chains.
Yeah. And now we have the, what is it?
The Unity,
Yeah.
yeah. But we have it in the chain,
So,
so
yeah.
it's going to be extra deadly.
Yeah, so we're gonna get like a lot of XP. You'll see here. We're at 28 right now. I'm predicting like level 40, to be honest.
It won't be
We'll see.
40. It'll be probably 38, 39. Maybe 37.
Let's just see. Yeah.
Okay, it's going to be probably 39. If I get
Oh,
crits.
that's crit ones.
He did not crit either of those.
And we're out.
Yep, that's probably 38, yeah.
38.
Yeah.
Pretty good. We gained 11 levels, and that basically is enough to take us to endgame levels, basically.
No mistake.
Yeah.
And-
So after this
Yeah.
little auto scroll fight, I'm gonna take a little break. 'Cause,
Yep.
yeah.
Luckily, this is the last fight in the game which we need to AFK in. But Mobius End is pretty strong, so we won't be waiting for too long. Fun fact, in easy, it's actually faster to defeat End,
Way to turn it around.
because in easy, enemy HP values are halved, and Mobius End does much less damage.
That's quite funny.
Yeah, so once he downs Matthew, we should be out. And break should be shortly.
Yep. Just go in the little menu here, and that
Let's
should be
stop by the
start my break.
I should count down.
Okay, it's all backed up.
3, 2, 1, break.
All right. So we're going to take a quick wellness break. This is a great time to get up, walk around, stretch your legs, get a drink, which is what I'm about to do. But I do want to let you all know that your subs, your Prime Gaming subs, your gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel do help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. So please consider subscribing if you enjoy the daily speedrunning content. And I mean, it is very near daily, so it is a great time over here on Hotfix. So that being said, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this. See you in a few. Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 13 of Passion Project, the variety show that encourages anyone in the speedrun community to showcase the projects that they've been working on. My name is Ember Cyprin, I'm your host for the rest of the night. I'm still joined by Aeon Frodo and her wonderful commentator who has been absolutely slaying with giving the info drops here, Encryptus Zero. We're gonna get right back into the action here, into the future redeemed DLC expansion of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So go ahead and take it away, Aeon.
All right, let's start this off again in 3, 2, 1, and go.
Nonsense.
So after what we experienced, Origin suddenly pops up in the sky, and yeah, the end of the world is upon us, basically. So yeah, we got to take care of the big threat that's looming above Prison Island currently, or the Black Mountains.
So, there's the ether.
Perfect. That was weird. Okay, there we go.
Left business.
All right, ready to start again.
And Nicole and Glim's
So yeah,
urgent matter.
before we can actually like approach Origin and stuff, we need to do some side quests because they needed to pad out this game somehow because it's really short. So we have 2 side quests to do.
Good, thanks.
The first one is
Funnily
Ether Lift
enough, I
Research,
think we're kind of on a
and
similar
that
wave.
is to get the necessary materials to craft ether lifts because Origin is really up high in the sky, and we can't reach that right now. So we need a method of transportation, which is the materials we're gathering for. And then the second quest we need to do is
What's this?
for Glimmer and Nico's character development, and we'll see that later.
Yeah. So I didn't do this earlier, but other runners tend to do this earlier. This is the going to God Rock
Let's bash 'em good.
Island, which we'll need to go to kind of soon. So just getting this out of the way.
This is pretty rare, right?
Yep.
Before we start the quest.
There's also a hidden growth gate here, which is not that hidden, but it's pretty useful to get because it only takes like 10 seconds to get. I might as well.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And now we're just progressing the 2 main side quests we're doing right now.
Yep. So one's by Riku and one's by Clipper and Nicole. Well, we have to go to Riku's workshop, which is kind of weird to call this Riku's workshop,
So you guys had
considering
the horrible-
I'm used to calling it Dumbband's house.
Right, the first side quest we're doing is
Okay.
Etherlith Research, and it has us going into a cave to mine out these
We could build something
like
here,
minerals.
yeah?
It's called photonium, whatever that is.
Better stake our
And we
claim.
need 3 of them. And they're in this
Nothing
cave.
like the wind
The first
in
one
the
is
air.
pretty out in the open. It's just walking. And yeah,
I was hoping to get the line from Rex, but we didn't get it. It's a very funny grinding on the ether slide rail. But yeah, the cave's been blocked off mainly because it was considered to be very dangerous. But Rex just like Rex just opens it up for us.
yep, he's very strong. In game and in cutscenes as well. Alright, so you see on the screen we have 3 main points we need to go to. The one on the left, which disappeared because enemy aggro. The first one we're getting. And it's pretty out in the open. And just by using some platforming, we can get there pretty fast.
It was supposed to be here, I think.
And that should be the first one.
That was higher
Pretty
than I
nice.
thought.
It's a freebie. The second and third ones are not freebies though.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
So the second Phantonium on the east side of the screen, marked by the yellow marker,
This way's an option.
is guarded by a fog rift. Fog rifts are pretty dangerous enemies. Not dangerous, but they're pretty tanky, take a while to kill. However, recently there was a skip found, which allowed us to basically avoid fighting the enemy. But I think Eon's fighting it, are you?
I don't think I am actually. I think I'm fine not fighting.
Okay, so you'll be able to see the skip here now.
Yeah.
It's a pretty clever skip found by Chiefs in the Xenoblade Discord.
Yeah.
It saves like a minute. It's pretty huge.
And then I think Tasmania Drones improved it.
Yep.
Bold of them to get up in my face.
So in Future Redeemed, enemies kind of have like a set aggro area. And if you leave that aggro area, then the enemy always despawns. And this fog rift upcoming has a
What was the best response?
has a specific aggro arena where like if you are in that arena, then you're aggroed, and if you leave it, then you'll automatically get de-aggroed. So what we're gonna do is find that invisible line and then exit at a precise time, pop back, and then the fog rift should despawn. And it allows us to get this Phantonium. Because we can't interact with stuff until we're out of battle. But leaving battle temporarily before and then getting the Phantonium before the enemy respawns allows us to get it for free. So a really nice skip. Saves like a minute.
I can take point.
Got water
And now
in
we're
my
on to our
shoes.
final Phantonium,
So,
which is guarded by a Fog Beast unique monster and a flag. But luckily, the devs actually put something there which allows us to skip all of them.
Also, watch out for
And
the hole.
that is, yeah. And that is probably the most powerful thing in all of Xenoblade. Ladders. Ladders have always to de-aggroed enemies, and Xenoblade 3 Future Redeemed is no different.
I knew I smelled something.
And by basically grabbing onto a ladder during a fight, all enemies will de-aggro,
Let's keep going.
which will allow us to again collect the Phantonium, which we shouldn't be able to.
There we go.
Right, so on the right is a very big bird.
Yeah,
Or we can
a
just skip
unique
the
monster,
fight
in fact.
with this ladder.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well then, let's get on with it.
We first have to aggro them first, and the flag too.
This way comes.
I
and then we
believe
go
you
to the
fight
ladder.
the flag on easy mode, but not on normal
Yeah,
mode.
we do.
Yeah.
And that's Etherlith Research. Pretty short quest. I mean, casually, it's not a short quest because you should be fighting everything, but the speedrun is pretty short because you just skip everything. One final thing before we leave the cave though is actually a secret area. Pretty useful because secret areas, if you collect all of them in a region, they give you AP, 25 AP, which is pretty useful for the upcoming fights. And it also gives a relic, which gives a affinity growth quit and
Incredible.
upgrades Matthew and Nicole's Unity skill. It was pretty okay.
This is pretty rare, right?
Gonna do some
Alright, so we're gonna go,
changes here.
Nicole, be gentle. Okay.
we'll do a quick small menu before the fights because there is a pretty hard fight coming up,
Well, still some room
which requires us to upgrade both Nico and Glimmer
I'm just gonna upgrade
because they will
Glimmer
be
here.
our
Yeah.
I'll make good use
they're
of
gonna be
this.
our only options in the upcoming fight
My senses
or fight after
got
this one.
sharper.
We have to fight a bird before the actual hard fight because filler. It's a filler boss basically.
Cool. I had it somewhere. Did I sell it? No, I didn't.
Right, so we're up against the Hideout House. It's a pretty strong boss, but because of not overkill, we're over-leveled for it. It's pretty nice. For it, on this fight, we were fighting this boss like level 33, just doing regular strats with no food, but we got rid of that, and now this boss is pretty fine. At 33, we used to miss a lot because of level difference accuracy penalty, as well as it just being a lot stronger than us. Oh, this boss is kind of dangerous when it gets enraged. Xenoblade 3 actually introduces the enrage mechanic. If you take a look at the health bar, there's actually a flame in the very middle of it, of the boss's HP. And whenever that flame is met in the HP bar, so whenever the bird goes to 50% HP, it enrages and all his attacks become stronger and he might even get some new attacks. So it's not that big of a deal as long as we defeat the bird fast. But if you take a while to kill the bird, then your survivability kind of becomes dicey.
Here I go.
Nice Unity finisher here. It gives Glimmer and Rex Awakening, speeds up their cooldowns, which is more healing. And yeah, could be even easy fight. Especially with Vision. Yeah, so Ace Talon Art Vision is up, and we can use that to become invincible for 15 seconds. And that allows us to go ham on Matthew.
Well, I activated that just in time too.
Yeah. Oh, nice launch. This boss also has an 85% break resist, which is... it gives the bird a 50% chance of getting break. It's pretty high for a bird, but you're getting lucky, so that's nice. And yeah, this bird is almost dead. And it does have nearly enough HP to be a threat for us, so... yeah. Oh wow, another break. If I remember correctly, that's 15% chance. It's been a while since I checked the values though, so it might be off. And yeah, easy fight. So this is the real hard fight upcoming.
Good job, team.
We have Nico and Glimmer against Shulk and Rex. Basically, Glimmer and Nico want to come with us to the final dungeon of the area. But Rex is like, no, because you're too weak. So they're proving themselves against the older people. This fight mainly takes advantage of Glimmer's healing and damage. Nico is a pretty strong tank. If you played any game of this game, Nico is really tanky, but he struggles with taking aggro off our party members. So we're controlling Glimmer, and hopefully we don't get aggro because Nico is doing not great job, but as long as
Yeah.
we don't die with Glimmer, we should be fine. Because Nico's really tanky.
Yeah, the big thing about if you get aggroed onto in this fight, especially by Rex, you basically get
Yeah.
one shot, which is very scary, especially if he uses crossblaze.
Yep. So we just need to play smart with Glimmer. Because Nico is under no threat of dying. And it's worth noting that Rex has side weakness and Shulk has back weakness. And that's basically a free 1.5 times damage multiplier. So it's good to play to that. So Rex is down, and now we're going to play against Shulk's backside for extra damage. Shulk on his own is no threat against the duo, so it's free sailing from here.
Yeah, only if your party's on low HP, he is a little bit of
Yeah.
a threat, but yeah, you shouldn't be on low HP at this part.
Yeah, he does cast Monado Buster once Rex is down, but as long as you live that, you're fine.
Pull back. I'll cover you.
And that's pretty much it. This fight. Really nice.
Yeah.
I struggle with this fight a lot, but other runners don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's all we need to do before entering the final dungeon of the game.
I wonder
Yeah, so that fight usually is pretty tough, especially casually. I remember
how the
being stuck on it for at
Ouroboros
least
stones
like 40 minutes. But yeah, it's a lot easier when you know what to do in a speed run.
Yeah. Okay, now we're just continuing the story, and we're gonna walk to the final dungeon in like a couple minutes. Rex and Shulk has given Nico and Glimmer their approval. Yeah, that's basically all the character development they get until the very end. It's kind of a shame, but feature game's really short, so what can you do?
Yeah. Not the end of like, really good lines in the game. There is one pretty iconic line the moment you enter,
Yeah,
which we'll let stream see for themselves. But yeah.
We have to prepare as best we can.
Maybe I should cook something.
Finally.
You see a few folks in chat complaining about the fight that just happened, like mostly in the form of like their own personal experiences. Like, I hated this fight on hard. I hadn't upgraded either of them because I like everyone else more, and I regretted that.
Yeah, the game
Yeah,
makes you
so-
regret that.
actually the quest before we were just in the cave, the game actually gives you a affinity point reset kit because they knew you were gonna have to reset Rex and Matthew's like AP because you needed to buff
Is that
Glimmer
the
and
bit?
Nico in order to fight
Yeah,
in order to fight
no one's
them.
climbing up that.
And now we're on to the walk to the final dungeon of the game, even final dungeon of the whole series actually.
Get it set up.
Yeah, until the
This is the
next
Ether
game
lift?
comes out.
Yeah,
We'll get this done in no
it's an
time.
ether lift. It'll take us up, and this is necessary for getting to Origin
The ether lift.
because before we had horizontal movement, but now we have vertical movement.
Cool seeing Glimmer just surf on
What's
that.
this? Some kind of ruin?
Yeah, the intended route of this mini dungeon was to go through the ruins and fight a whole bunch of mobs, but we just fall down.
I was good
Just
for-
skip the whole like 30-minute section of this area.
Yeah, I'm gonna take almost 3k in fall damage. No
Yeah.
biggie.
Not a big deal.
Yeah.
Just heal it up.
Actually, full damage, it goes from like 10%, 30%, 50%, then 70%, and then after that point, you die. So there is fatal fall damage, if you're wondering.
Yeah. Okay, this is a pretty familiar area from Xenoblade 1.
Yeah, this is what used to be part of the Gal Plains. So yeah, you cross that massive bridge.
Yeah, really iconic area if you haven't played Xenoblade 1.
Yeah, or Smash.
Yep.
That was the stage of Smash, yeah. with a much younger Shulk. I'm just gonna grab this just in case. I'm not sure if I really need it, but yeah.
Is this the bridge we saw?
Upcoming, the only really thing of note is this bird
Yeah.
who can sometimes knock the party off.
Yeah, you,
Not that common, but
yeah, you have a strat
hopefully it
with
doesn't happen.
Matthew, right? Yeah, but I just
Yeah.
stick with Shulk because he can tank things. Or Nicole will do as well.
And he's doing it, but he should be out of range. Oh, never mind, we got knocked, but we didn't get knocked off the bridge, which is
Yeah.
the main thing we need.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're now leaving.
It's pretty hard to
what?
get knocked off the bridge, but I think in my casual playthrough I
Yeah.
did. And I somehow got past him because there was I think there was like a platform next to it. I was able to
Yeah.
use that to sneak past a unique monster. That was kind of a fun
Alright.
casual experience.
So we're leaving the third major of the game and entering the final major of the game,
Yeah.
the Black Mountains. And upcoming is the funny line after this cutscene.
I don't much like the look of this weather.
Man, I'm freezing my balls off. Can't get a good foothold. This seriously sucks.
Matthew's too funny.
You can
Like, I really wish he got a full game because he's really fun to play. Voice acting is amazing. I don't care what anyone says.
These are
Voice actor, absolute great guy. Great performance. And yeah. So we're in the first half of Black Mountains, the Valak Mountain portion. And Valak Mountain has 2 skips. Are you doing the first skip?
I should be, yeah. This is the
Okay, so yeah.
yeah.
So we were at the Dragon Gate, and before we actually, like during the ascent of Black Mountains, we need to gather some materials because it's necessary to craft some ether slides, ether lifts. And yeah, so we're looking for strong screws, which are screws, and white covers, which are also screws, as well as lacquer stone, which are stones, like that one.
Unfortunately that wasn't a lacquer stone, that was the
Yep.
yeah. The one I just collected was a there we go, okay. I think I got everything, but I'm just gonna grab these
Yeah.
stones just for safety. Okay.
And we got 1 lacquer stone. They're common items, so you
Actually,
should get them pretty frequently, but
why is that turkin
sometimes
up
you don't
there?
get enough. Oh, be careful.
Oh, that's
Oh,
annoying.
unfortunate.
Yeah,
It's only one of them though.
yeah. Fortunately.
Yeah, this Turkin is kind of annoying. We can kill him pretty fast though and be on our way.
Yeah.
This was basically what I predicted.
I should have enough.
Alright, once we enter
Yeah, I should.
once we enter this elevator, we are met with the
to last this time.
first major skip of the
We
Black
could fix the
Mountain
elevator.
portion of Black Mountains. And it's a bunch of parkour basically.
Yep, makes going
I
up
did.
that much easier.
So the intended route, or like the intended way of doing this skip, doing this section of the game, is to basically wipe out all the enemies here in order to craft a ladder, because you can't craft the ladder until you are out of combat, and all these enemies are guarding the ladder spot, so you can't really make it. So what we do instead is actually just do some parkour and basically avoid that whole section of the game. Shout out to Tyler, I believe, who found this trick.
Yes, that's
There's our
correct.
report.
Got a rare one. Score.
It's really huge. It saves like 3
We're
minutes.
in their territory now.
And like usually this fight can take longer, but
The enemy.
3 minutes is like
How do we
at
proceed?
the absolute minimum it saves.
Yeah, the hardest part is getting on initially, like getting on that little
Yeah.
tiny platform. Okay,
We're
cool.
gonna park Nico in that corner, which basically gives him all the aggro, which gives us a lot of time for Shulk to do his parkour thing. And hopefully we get it.
This is it for me.
Nicole.
Nicole's dead, but we are past. Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice skip.
That was a little bit iffy for.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Oh. Oh my.
Well, that can happen.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah, so we park Nicole in that corner because he takes all the aggro, but we've aggroed at least like 12 enemies at that point, so he is on the timer. And once he is down, Shulk is next as the next tank and the player control character. So once aggro's on Shulk, we don't have much time. So that was pretty close.
Yeah, I hadn't collected the landmark, so I would have gone back to the bottom of the mountain, essentially.
Yeah, failing that skip wastes like 2 minutes basically. It's really bad to fail.
But we have to. More enemies. Oh, just leave us alone.
But yeah, now I'm basically collecting everything because I need
Yeah.
to collect basically everything.
We need a lot of lacquer stone. You need,
Right away.
I believe,
Treasure.
what is it? 8 more from here? Because there are 8 more slides you need to
Yeah.
build. Or sorry, 4 more slides. This whole cave section is about like just enemies, but thankfully there is no progression locked here, so we just skip them all.
Yeah,
The same cannot be said for the upcoming section,
yeah.
which features the second skip of Relic Mountain.
I'm gonna go to a little detour and collect fiber wraps because you can do something pretty cool with them. And since we're just showing off, then
Oh, fireballs.
oh, Shulk's fine.
Oh.
We're just out of combat,
Nice.
so
Yeah, you actually can't die if you're out of the range,
yeah.
so that's nice. So Eon here is
just gonna
picking up
walk it
a...
off.
Yeah. Ian here is picking up a very strong accessory. Much stronger in base game, but still kind of strong in Future Redeemed. Fiber Wraps, it increases the damage dealt against the launched enemies by 110%. There's really big multiplier. And then we work back
And we're
we're on
going to
the-
a platforming section, which don't think Xenoblade games are known for their platforming sections, but this is one of them. Decided to throw one in Future Redeemed just to.
As expected.
I think it threw off some people I knew in the Speedrun Discord server. They were like actual platforming.
In my RPG?
No.
Monster territory.
Alright, so Eon is gonna pick up probably the most important accessories in the game. Like, actually most important accessories.
Yeah.
Platinum Jewel and Gold Jewel. These accessories increase the damage dealt by Unity combos, which are the main finishers of the combo system in the game. So when enemies are launched and you do a Unity combo against them, you either do Smash, Blow Down, or Burst against them. And these accessories increase that damage. And if you have them equipped on 2 characters, they basically increase the final damage of the final hit of the Unity combo by 3 times. They literally just straight up a 3 times multiplier. Really strong. And this is the skip that we were talking
I'm
about
not gonna
earlier.
get broken, am I? Yeah.
If I don't make it.
Please turn around.
Hey,
Please turn around.
It's sometimes prudent
No.
to retreat.
Oh, nope.
I was too fast.
Well, this gives us time to explain the skip.
Yeah.
So basically, we aggro all these mobs, and then we're gonna run all the way around. Oh, that's not to die.
Yeah.
We run. Yeah.
Not the ideal person I want to play as.
Oh, rip.
Oh!
She got broken, which means that
Yeah.
her movement in the air stopped, and she basically fell down to the ground. And she's back all the way to the beginning of the section.
Yeah, that's awkward. But there's like another way we can do the skip.
Yeah.
It's provided that I'm
Oh.
not silly like that.
Everyone.
Platforming.
It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, so this skip is pretty difficult if you don't know what you're doing.
Rare, right?
And even if you do know what you're doing, it's still pretty hard, especially using this method because timing is pretty tight. So what we're doing is actually, these enemies again are guarding a ether lift, which we cannot build unless all enemies are dead. So what we're actually gonna do is we're gonna aggro all the enemies, run around, and then reach the bane of their existence, the ladders, and then we're gonna de-aggro the enemies using that ladder, and then run all the way to the ether lift and build it just before they respawn.
Trouble coming. As if it couldn't get any worse.
And hopefully you get it this time. Hit the ladder and then run back
the enemy.
before they respawn, hopefully.
What?
Oh,
I'm a bit confused.
one guy did not get despawned.
Yeah.
Despawned.
Yeah, not everyone's aggroed. Yeah, I was just looking to see if that final enemy over there was aggroed. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that enemy... I'm a bit confused, but something to figure out later.
Someone's taken an interest.
An outside threat approaches.
See right through you.
You know you're stuck.
Hopefully get there in time.
I should be able to.
Yep. Nice.
Oh, good.
Nothing like a bit of DIY.
Very nice. Third try. Basically first try. And we just pick up this relic. It's out in the open, might as well. It gives a gem kit and analyzer scope, which is pretty useful in chain attack. You'll see that application later. And we're about to leave the Valak Mountain portion of Black Mountains. Black Mountains is divided into two sections, Valak Mountain and Prison Island. Prison Island is the more boring section of the two, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Prison Island section is pretty much all walking because we don't fight anything, because we're speedrunning.
yeah. I will mention that
Oh, yeah.
Canna Peak section is you know, iconic from Xenoblade Chronicles 1, where you had to like go up a very thin platform. You can build a ladder, but it wastes material, and it's also a bit slower. So that's why we go up the very thin path.
Yep. And now we are headed, taking a small detour to the...
Oh, I didn't. need
Okay,
that.
honestly, I said these previous accessories, like Platinum Jewel and Gold Jewel, are the first and second most important accessories. I take that back. This is the most important accessory in the game, in the run. This is
I would
a very
question
powerful
that
accessory.
a little bit, considering my practice last night was
Yeah.
a bit iffy, but yeah.
Alright, so this is the relic that gives a Bravo manual, which is good in chain attack, as well as our savior, Break Brooch. Break Brooch is an accessory that increases the odds of breaking, which is the first step in the combo sequence, which allows us to take advantage of the combo system and
Let's not look down.
basically smash the enemy bosses. And it's a very powerful accessory because it increases the odds of breaking dramatically. Let me give you a math example. So if a enemy has a 90% break resistance chance, that means if you do 100% minus 90%, you have a 10% chance of breaking if they have a 90% break resist. If you have a Break Brooch accessory, that accessory will reduce break resistance points by 22. So if you break an enemy with a 90% break resist, and then you have that accessory equipped, you subtract that 90 by 22, so now you're down to 68% break resist. So you've basically went from 10% chance of breaking to a 32% chance of breaking, if I did my math right, which I don't think I did.
That
But anyway,
did sound
math,
right.
whatever it is, it's really good because breaking is essential in the final bosses.
Yeah, break starts off combos that we get. Break launch, topple launch, or you can do break. I don't think it's in this game, but you can do break topple days.
Trouble coming.
Yeah.
What is
As if it
Nickel
couldn't
doing?
get any
He's just
worse.
running on the edge of. Bro, everyone's running on the edge of the bridge. That's
They,
weird.
they like living dangerously.
I'm gonna grab this quickly. Might be a luxury stone. Yeah, it was. Okay. I'm like,
Got a rare one. Cool.
I'm like a bit set off sometimes because I think I had one run that went really well, and then I had like not enough lacquer stones one time. So yeah, that always feels pretty bad when that happens.
Yeah, so
Someone
as I
did
said
ask
before,
earlier if there was a reason that the X com was off.
Oh, I just turned it off. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I find the sound effect annoying, but yeah.
yeah, so we're about to reach the final sections of this speedrun. Again, Prison Island is pretty boring. It's just a bunch of walking. There's no fighting because you just skip all of that.
Oh, I got
Well then,
enough. That's
let's
good.
get on with it.
You need 4 more from here.
Yeah, I have 11. Oh, now 9.
Don't lose
Yeah,
it,
I
will
have
ya?
more than enough.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really important to collect that black crystal there, by the way. You need at least 2 from Black Mountains in order to finish the game. There's this one ether slide that requires a black crystal, I believe, the one that goes up.
Hey,
Yeah.
these are
Ether
worth-
lifts are black crystals and ether slides are shards.
Yeah.
We've made it.
Yeah, so just a
This
bunch
will
of
be our way
walking.
into Prison Island.
Pretty boring.
Uh,
But we'll meet
Something off about
the
Some
final
areas.
gauntlet soon enough.
yeah.
have to watch ourselves.
You get some areas from Xenoblade 1. This is like the end game of Xenoblade 1 as well, Prison Island.
Yeah.
And that lift
And
there
this is like-
usually
yeah.
brings you to the final boss of that game. So, yeah.
Really nice callback.
hmm One of my
I have to mention. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite callbacks is this tower we're about to go to. I remember it more fondly because there's a thing on 50 hertz mode where the bell, the ether thing does not attach to the bell properly in 50 hertz. Like it's just out of sync and it's just really funny.
Spotted.
Unfortunately, the bell is down, but yeah.
Yeah.
As if
So I
it
was gonna
could
mention
get any
that the Black Mountains has 4 total area themes. Black Mountain day and night, and the Prison Island day and night. And these area themes are absolute like bangers. I have to be honest. Like this area theme is so good, especially the night theme. But yeah, really good area theme. I mean, the whole soundtrack to Xenoblade series is great. I mean, for Xenoblade 3, they brought out their A game. Like all the composers here did such a great job.
somewhere.
Ace, Mitsuda,
Patient.
Hiramatsu, Kyoto, and Abu Nasser. I had never heard of her before Xenoblade 3, but she has done such a great job on the soundtrack. She composed the Black Mountain area themes, and it's really good. Yeah. So I cannot praise the soundtrack of this game enough.
Yeah,
We're getting closer.
soundtracks
and
in every
closer to
Xenoblade game have been phenomenal. One of the people you mentioned did the Mario Party soundtrack, which is really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoy that kind of juxtaposition, honestly. I do
Everyone-
want to take
Yes, we got the line from Rex.
Go ahead.
Oh, I said we got the line from Rex.
Oh, I do want to mention as well while we're in the final stretch here that
That's worked up a good sweat.
that if you are happening to watch this run on YouTube, you should press the like button, fill our like bucket.
Okay,
I
I'm
haven't
good.
pulled that one out. On this video and subscribe to the channel, and also go to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick if you're interested in looking at our live content. We're live
That's where we'll
basically
find
every
the
single
technology.
day. You can check our schedule over at
Finally.
donequick.com/hotfix, or you can also take a look at our Twitch channel where our
Sky's the limit for my
schedule is well, I believe. Or follow us on Twitter.
Oh, I
we
Now we're
post
getting the good stuff.
All right, thank you. All right, so this is the final menu before the end of the game because we're actually at the final gauntlet. We have 3 bosses to fight before the end of the game, and we're just doing some final preparation because these bosses are pretty strong, pretty tanky. So we need all the extra damage we can get, particularly from Rex. Rex is basically doing all our damage here, with some help from Glimmer and Matthew. Their buffs are pretty solid, and they're basically just gonna support Rex's damage. So we're all in on Rex here, just enhancing all his nodes,
A new skill.
giving him all the AP we have.
Now we're getting the good
Yeah.
stuff. That'll come in handy in battle.
Rapid response is also a bit helpful too for reviving.
Got sharp.
Yeah.
And A's gonna get one too with a TP and chain attack, tactical
Nice.
points.
Gained a new skill.
Okay, analyze the scope and rubber. I need break bridge. Oh, right, it was at the bottom, right? Border balancer.
More stuff to try.
Get platinum jewel, fiber wraps because Fancy. I can actually do an extra thing for Glimmer, so I can actually just
Might
get
be time
like
to freshen up the loadout.
where is it? I should have like done that later, but yeah. And then
More stuff to try. No such thing as over-accessorizing.
I think that's it.
Alright, so this is the first of 3 final bosses we have. Mobius and a returning character from base game, returning boss. Pretty much has the same moves. And he opens with Primal Chronos, which we can solo tank with Matthew here, using our evasion art. Oh, his AoE still hit.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
But he didn't hit any of the healers, so
Yeah, I think the
That should
good
be
thing
fine.
is like he didn't hit any of the healers, and that's like the main thing.
My legs.
I'll try to get to you.
still kind of
The
dangerous
fight
though because he is
might be a bit
7
ugly.
levels higher than
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
Keep putting you out, eh? Shred
So the good thing about N is that we are so much lower level than him, 7 levels, that like anything that the party gets hit by him will one shot. Will one shot. Luckily for us though, he has no auto attack, so the amount of attacks he's putting out per minute is not that high. So despite getting one shot by most of his attacks, he's not doing it that much, which allows us to survive.
This is it for me.
No way. Nickel!
That was, yeah,
Oh
unfortunate.
yeah, that'd do it. So
My
in
healers
Xenoblade
didn't
3,
get out of the way, yeah.
in Xenoblade 3, healers are the only one who can revive people. So once both healers are dead,
That was weird.
there's pretty much nothing you can do. Oh, that'll hit Nickel.
Still within operating parameters.
So our main strategy for this fight is to charge our chain attack gauge. The main method of thus doing that is through the combo system, because break, topple, launch will charge up the chain attack gauge immensely, as well as canceling auto attacks and arts. So we just need to survive until then. Envit hits really hard, but once we get him in that chain attack, he's dead. So it's just a game of surviving. And we can survive through Matthew's evasion art. Nice break. And has a 85% break resist, which means we have a 50% break chance. But that does not include break pooch, which increases that by like 22%. So we have a fairly high chance of breaking him, which is really good because it basically stalls his damage. It interrupts his crit attack, and if you top on launch, he basically can't attack for a while. So that's really nice. So our chain is nearly full, so now we're just looking for a break so that we can finish him off in chain. Nice vision. Vision grants us 15 seconds of invulnerability, so we have 15 seconds to get a break. Hopefully we get it. It's a bit RNG here.
Vision just ran out as Glittering Switch came out. Very unfortunate.
Oh, nice evasion. Yeah. So, N is targeting Matthew right here, so we can solo tank using evasion arts, but Matthew died because he's casting arts a bit too fast for Matthew to keep up with.
Okay, glad that A went down.
Oh,
I just
Yeah.
got no breaks, yeah.
yeah. So N quits quite hard. That once A's vision is used, it's only usable once per fight, by the way, because it's pretty strong. You were on a timer because N hits really hard. Once again, level difference.
Okay, that only hit Matthew, that's good.
Unfortunately, the healer's gonna have to run all the way here to
Yeah,
hit Matthew.
that's probably the most unfortunate thing about that. I might do. Okay, not double spinning edge. Never
Yeah,
mind.
you can just see here that like N focuses on quality over quantity. Like any attack he does will basically one shot party member.
No way. Nickel! Snap out of it, Nickel.
Big Glittering Switch, yeah. Thank you,
Oh, nice
Shulk.
break.
Yeah, that was Shulk. Not. It feels like sometimes Shulk is the one that breaks more often, which is
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Yeah, so once again, break interrupts the enemy's attack. So if you can land a break during their art animation, it's really good. Oh, nice break again. It interrupted the Glimmering Swiftblade, which is pretty lethal because it's a
AoE attack.
it's one of and AoE's attacks. Yeah, there's a few more, but we don't see them because he only unlocks his new set of arts once he reaches like 60% HP or something like that.
For me to quit.
Well, N is pretty brutal.
Any vision. When I'm not next to,
You can't move.
yeah. Luckily, we do have,
Alright, nice break. So this should give us chain with top one rush. Yeah.
everyone
I'll
was
push it forward
down
up a little
recently,
bit.
so it might not happen.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, so never mind, we got it. Nice. Any launches? Nickel? Rex, nice. Okay, so now we're gonna go behind N because his weakness is back. And then engage the chain for extra damage. Very nice. So now we're on the RNG portion of the chain attack fight. Once again, it's similar to Nile fight. We need to see Rex and Glimmer this time. Because if we don't get Rex and Glimmer's Unity finisher, we can't kill. Because Rex is just that strong. No other character will do it.
Also, with the battle menu I equipped at A with, gives them like a lot of gives the 150. Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah.
I probably have to use Shulk. I think Shulk's best case because of the.
Yeah, so we didn't get Glimmer there. We were looking for Glimmer to finish off the Unity pairing, but we didn't get her, so we're looking for her in the final order. We have a 75% chance of hitting, and if we don't hit, we probably have to restart the fight.
Yeah, pretty much. Because it'll be just too much. I think he'll start to
Alright,
use
so,
like
yeah.
moves that we can't break as well. Oh, thank goodness you showed
there
up.
it is. Nice. So we had a 75% chance of hitting there.
I'm
So
just
thank God we
gonna-
did. And now N is dead because Rex is just that broken.
Yep. Very glad Glimmer showed up when she needed to. He's off to this. That shouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, even if we weren't back weakness, I still think we'd kill. Okay, just look at Rex's damage. Absolutely huge. And this is not even the final attack.
Yeah.
So we're gonna buff up here with Rex's, Glimmer's 25% crit rate and 50% crit damage. Her crit rate buff increases consistency by a lot. So very thankful for her. And Matthew's power charge increases the next damage of the art by 1.5x, which is also very strong. And yeah, N is dead.
I wonder how much damage I'll do here. Probably a lot. Almost cap damage.
9 million. Yeah. N has like 5 million HP by the way, so basically did double his HP
Yeah.
in that one hit. Courtesy of Gold Jewel and Platinum Jewel.
Yep. That's why Gold Jewel and Platinum Jewel are really important to have.
Alright, so we're on the city fight with N, controlling Nael. So the intended method of finishing this fight is basically either Nael dies or you defeat N. But what we can do instead is actually charge up Nael's talent art using Detonated Wave. She's an attacker, so all we need to do is hit positionals. Eon's missing a lot, but she'll be fine still. And then use our talent art. So use our side positional, charge up talent art, and then use Divine Blaster. And this should end the fight. Nice.
For a moment, I thought that didn't end because he was using Quantum
Yeah.
Moment. I was just like, please end. Because there's some cases where the fight just does not end.
Honestly, we don't know why the fight ends there, but we'll take it.
Yeah.
Because free time save.
Basically, it saves like
It's
a
probably
minute,
like a backdoor.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, it's probably a backdoor for devs to like test the game without having to wait.
That could be a
10
thing
years.
too, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Anyway,
End of chapter 4.
yeah, that's the end
And
of
entering
chapter
chapter 5.
4. Yeah. The chapters are very uneven. And also, this is like the biggest fan service part, especially if you're aware of Gears and Saga. Saga did not really come out in my country except episode 2, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very iconic radio scene here,
Yes.
which you won't know much of unless you played at least Xenoblade 1 and Xenoblade 2. But you get more out of it if you played Xenosaga.
Yeah.
And then Xenoblade X followed by that. And then Gears doesn't really matter that much, but if you played Saga next, then
Let's
you get
do
pretty
this,
happy.
Matthew.
And we're on the second of 3 final bosses.
I didn't switch to A. That's fine.
We're on Alpha 1. To be honest, Alpha 1 is kind of a joke. He has a really small HP pool. His break chance is like what? 42% chance of breaking. Really easy odds of breaking. And that's basically all we need. He does auto attack a lot more than N. N didn't auto attack at all, but Alpha auto attacks quite a bit, so you kind of have to be careful, but
That was
it should
weird.
still
I
be
got the
fine.
cancel, but I didn't get the attack off. So
Yeah.
that was a very strange interaction. Can get Alpha in midair, which is pretty funny. Oh, thank you, Shulk.
Oh,
That was not
that's
me.
Shulk.
Yeah.
nice. Alright, so coming out of this launch, you should be prone to using an art called Monado Speed, which you might recognize if you played Xenoblade 1,
Yeah.
unless we get another. Okay, never mind. So Monado Speed, it's an art that blocks all damage except from fusion arts. It stalls the fight basically. You can't do much here. Except wait for it to time out.
Yeah, and not get aggro, because getting aggro is not ideal here. Just let your tanks get the aggro.
Yeah, so he has that shield around him. You can see those like hexa crystals around him. Just gotta wait for it to fall down, and then it's business as usual. Business as usual. Just break him and win.
Unfortunately, I didn't.
And with such a low break resist, we should be able to break him pretty easily.
Unfortunately, I didn't break him, so just, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
nice break. Okay, top wall launch, and should be easy.
I'm just gonna avoid the launch here.
Yeah, red. Yeah.
Game was gonna give it to me. I've got an idea. Because I definitely won't make it.
Yeah. So we just want to get Rex as soon as possible because Rex absolutely shreds Alpha's HP bar. There's not much to talk about here though, because even if we don't get Rex earlier, should still kill him.
Yeah.
Like that's how squishy Alpha 1 is. And on the topic of this fight, I might as well mention that the music here is absolutely great.
Yeah,
It's basically a successor to
the
the first
boss fight.
boss
for
theme of
one,
five
yeah.
of Dev 1. Composed by the same magician, Manami Kyoto, I believe. And her battle themes always go hard, so really good song. Especially phase 2 of this fight. And we recently learned that the official name of this theme is called Redeem the Future. Pretty cool name.
Yeah. I don't think they'll be able to put the former name because it directly references the final boss.
Yeah.
And that final boss is not here. Oh.
Yeah, Rex and Glimmer should finish the fight.
Yeah, I can actually end the chain attack here. And then,
Yeah. Pretty cool tech.
yeah.
But instead of finishing the Unity combo inside chain, she cancelled it and finished it outside the chain, which is slightly faster at that stage of the chain attack.
So I'm not
And
gonna.
we're on to the... Yeah, go ahead.
Most of the controversial bit of the run, which is so we got an extra party member, Niall. She actually makes it worse during this final
Yeah.
phase. Oh yeah, time's at the end of this on the black screen.
Yeah, so this is the absolute final boss of the game. Alpha 2. He sits at a whopping 90% break resist chance. Pretty high. And unfortunately, as Ian mentioned earlier, Nael is added to the party. And she's actually a net negative to our party because he does not operate as a hero. If you played base game, then you know that heroes are a strong party member introduced into the 7th slot, same as Nael. Except that in chain, their orders do not consume chain gauge. For some magical region, Nael does consume chain gauge, which is really bad because she's basically she ruins our chain RNG chances. By introducing a seventh member, our odds of a successful chain go from 85% chance to 70% chance, which is actually a big deal.
Yeah. Oh, Purge
Another
is being
Purge.
used. That's because AE's vision, yeah. Luckily, I have enough HP to tank that, but that is really bad. Because yeah, you basically...
Oh, this is bad. This is bad.
Okay,
Oh, we have Root Memory and Glimmer though,
yeah.
so we have a chance.
Yeah. Good
Yeah,
thing
unfortunately, we're fighting Alpha at such a low level that any of his AoEs do massive damage to the healers, and if both healers go down, game is over.
Yeah. Or I have to retry the fight, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, nice break.
Please, topple.
It should work. Nice. Okay, so if we win the 70% chance lottery, we win the game. That's a good start. So now we're just looking for Rex.
Should I just show off Naya for fun? Might as well.
Might as well. Yeah, she's not very good.
Yeah, not at this stage.
Alright, so we are looking for Rex, and we have 6 party members left to choose from. So we have a 50% chance of hitting Rex here. And if we don't hit 50% chance, we have another chance, but hopefully we don't have to rely on it.
Oh yeah, should have mentioned that N doesn't. How can I describe N? He doesn't join our party, but he's just there.
But he's there. It's similar to the end of Chapter 1 fights, where the Agnian trio joins Noana's gang fighting Mobius. Similar to that, but he just does extra damage, but not part of the party.
Yeah.
We lost the 50% 50-50 chance for getting Rex there, but we have one last chance to hit Rex here. 3 and 5 chance to hit Rex. Hopefully we do. Oh, there it is. And yeah, so we got lucky, and we should be able to do enough damage to go off for 2.
Yeah. I'm just gonna do extra damage, just. But I should.
I have to praise the music like one last time.
Yeah.
Such a great final boss theme.
Yeah, go ahead.
And once we buff up Rex here with Glimmer and Matthew, Rex will take us home.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, there's no way this doesn't kill. Even with Rex not critting here, still kill. We need around like 3 million HP here. Should not be close. And when this time happened?
Black screen. He didn't even crit, by the way.
Oh,
Should be able to kill though, especially with 5
this will be
reps.
fine.
Oh no!
Oh my.
Wow.
Oh wow. That was the worst case scenario there.
I wonder if I can.
Rex had
kill
2
from here.
opportunities to crit there, and he missed both of them.
I got. Oh my god!
That is really
What's going
unfortunate.
on?
Wow. I can't believe I didn't kill. Rex missed both crits there.
Yeah.
Like, to put it in perspective, Rex had like 85% crit chance here, and he has 2 opportunities to pass. So he failed 2 85% chances in a row, basically. Really unfortunate. Oh, vision mode.
Yeah, that's.
We usually don't see these in runs, but
Yeah.
vision mode is similar to Monado Speed from Alpha 1. But this time, you have to force Alpha 2 out of it. And the only way you can do that is by using Fusion Arts, because only Fusion Art damage go through, and you need to deal 110,000 damage in order for Alpha 2 to cancel the effect. So hopefully you get there in time.
Oh, I
I'm gonna cycle between Rex and Matthew here, do as much damage as possible.
don't think I'm gonna make it in time.
Oh,
I missed
nice miss,
that.
Matthew.
Yeah.
If Alpha goes through with this attack, it's
Game
not gonna
over,
look
yeah.
good. Yeah. He's at like 1 HP. Oh, okay, nice. Okay, it's over.
Oh my god.
Really close. Really close.
Yeah. That's time.
Yeah. If you got that attack off, he would have won the party.
Oh god, GG, that was really close.
Yeah, Rex should be able to kill from there, but no crits means, yeah, the damage is not gonna, for the first 2 hits means that, yeah, Alpha wasn't gonna die. Even with, all that. That was an exciting ending though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was for content. For sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rex.
My favorite version of oh god, this is going horribly wrong. Oh god, oh god. It's for content.
Raise up your
Yeah.
Everyone get your
that's what I'm
GGs out.
I will grant you the sword's power.
Yeah.
Oh.
Transfer it to your.
I'm pleased that I at least got Dial pretty quickly though. That was wow. That's actually pretty terrifying though. That part of the run.
Yeah,
Drive it in!
Oh yeah.
that was the hardest part of the fight, and you got it like first try, so
The
excellent.
second try,
But,
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. She's pretty much the only reason why the estimate's not high. be
That
honest.
and also chain attacks can be really brutal if you miss them.
Well, we got them. We got chain attacks and Niall first try, so very nice.
Yeah, that was a fantastic run, even with the silly bits while climbing the mountain.
Yeah.
The mountain climb was was certainly something.
It is, yeah. But yeah, that was kind of a generous estimate. But yeah, some things can go horribly wrong, such as chain attacks, not getting the 85%. Like it's really brutal when you just don't get the 85%. It's just, yeah, likelihood. I think that happened to my PB actually. I lost like 3 minutes due to missing that entirely, and then I had to restart the fight again. I think that was on end as well. So yeah.
Most of the time when I've had very generous estimates, it's 9 times out of 10 an RPG. Like, just because like a lot of folks don't understand, like, oh, that's a very cushy estimate. Why'd you give yourself so much time? Do you want to redo the final boss with a lower estimate? if you die or something like that? But no, seriously, like it's very RPG runs can be very stressful, and I don't like I have nothing but huge respect for folks like y'all to be running RPGs with like heavy RNG or things that can go so horribly wrong at times.
Yeah,
That's why we move
it can happen. But
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
But yeah, I'm very pleased with how this has gone, and yeah, I did some of the new stuff too, which was discovered over the last 2 weeks thanks to the efforts of Quadriceps and other runners as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Give Aeon a follow if you haven't. Do y'all have any shout outs you'd like to make?
Yeah, members of the community like Tasmania Jones, he made like the first like major route that was like really consistent, and it was constantly updating like his route notes to get all the information. So he's contributed a lot. Chase Affinity, he recently found a bunch of the new stuff as well. There's been some interesting experimentation recently. Also, Baz.
Just one last
there's a lot of people to name. But yeah, it's really fun running this game, despite its flaws. Yeah, definitely would recommend this, especially if you want like an RPG that is short enough,
An avatar.
but still
The spirit of your world.
got some very
Just
complex
like Alpha needed all of
combat
you.
mechanics in it.
You and your
I would
world.
say this is probably like
You need me.
Future Connected is pretty good for starting out, and this game also is good for starting out as well because of all the mechanics that you are exposed to. It depends on what you want. Like if you want like a much shorter run or being exposed to a lot of mechanics, really.
Who's someone?
Do you have anything to say, Cryptus?
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with everything you said. Like, again, feature game is a really short run for Xenoblade standards. Maybe not RPG standards, but for Xenoblade standards, really short. I mean, world record right now is sub 150 for normal, sub 130 for easy. It's pretty short if you put the time into learning it.
How exactly?
And for shoutouts, I want to give a huge shout out to Rocco Dev. He's one of the main scientists for Xenoblade 3, and he's pretty much compiled a lot of resources for understanding the
And if we
intricate
don't
depths of
manage,
the
then
combat.
what? My
And
lifetime.
I have to say, like, Xenoblade 3's combat is so good if you get to learn it, especially in a speedrun context.
Pass it on.
And most of the knowledge I know is thanks to his resources, so very huge thanks to Rocco Dev. Even though I've never spoke to him either, but I've used his resources a ton, so
Yeah, he's
very thankful
But we can
for him.
offer you a
he's
gift.
provided a lot of information.
We can imbue you with
started
our
mining
life.
the game and all
Keep
that
the
sort of
wheels
stuff to give
turning.
all that information to
That
us.
way,
Also, I guess Radis
be able to live out
the
the rest of
idea
your
about
lives.
Niall.
Enough time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
to
that
do what you
was-
must.
No,
Yeah,
but
with
hey,
chaining
don't
the
get us
food,
wrong
with
now.
using the food and chaining all the enemy defeats and all that.
Would
Yeah,
you?
regarding that, if
Take
I
a
like fell
breather.
out of combat once, the
all
strategy
right.
wouldn't have worked, and I wouldn't have gotten so
We'll
much
meet
experience.
again. Trust
So
me.
yeah, that's how important that fight is. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've
Future.
I've been part of the Xenoblade speedrunning since
This is against the
2016.
rules. You know
Oh,
this.
yeah, almost 2016. Yeah,
Don't
and
be a
it's been
spoil sport
an
now.
absolute blast. You know,
If it was
running
them,
Xenoblade 1 at first with
I don't
New
think
Game
they'd
Plus,
even
and
bat an
then
eyelid at
uh,
help.
I guess like so far like this has been
Admittedly.
the latest Xenoblade game I've
Well,
ran, and
I suppose you have earned it.
having that sort of both
Very
fan
well,
service and
I didn't
being
see or
able to
hear
run
anything.
like this game where it
Thanks
does
a
give a
lot,
lot of love to
Elvis.
Xenoblade Chronicles 1 is just really, really nice. Yeah. So definitely love this run a lot.
Then,
Yeah, like I was
It's
really
all up
happy
to
to
you
have you
now.
on here, and
with us taking the
it's just
role
really
of the
cool when you've
Avatar,
like been running a
Zed may well
series for
seize
as many
upon it
years
to
as
gain
you
power.
have, and it all kind of
What
coming
we
full
did,
circle, like with the
and
new
all that
release and
concerns
everything like
Origin,
that. And
Yeah.
will become but a dim
Yeah,
memory.
this game-
again, it's like, yeah,
Nevertheless,
it's a thing that you've been
our
very
intentions
clearly
will live
passionate
on.
about. I've known you mostly
And
for your
one
RPG
day,
runs, and then
coalesce
like
again,
some of your like,
be it tomorrow.
I know you've
or
ran a
a
few
1,000
DS games.
years.
It's like you've run so many things over
Surely.
the years.
Yeah,
time
I've
will
ran
eventually
some
come.
weird stuff.
I can
Yes.
see it.
Yeah,
Clear as day.
yeah, RPGs have been like what I've mainly grew up on, and even though I think Xenoblade 1 came out when I
future
was an adult,
Is in your hands.
it holds
We'll
a
be
deep
waiting at the far
part of
edge
me
of
because
time.
Xenoblade Chronicles 1 kind of saved my life, and thanks to Albus, and even though Albus is technically the villain in this game, it's still good to see that character again.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna start wrapping things up here. I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank you both of you for being on to showcase the run. You did fantastic on commentary, and you did fantastic on the run.
Thank you.
And
The only thing
just
I
want to
And
shout out
also-
everyone. Oh, go ahead.
So yeah, thanks for having us, by the way. Just
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for submitting the game.
that your hope lives
Like, it took me a couple months to get to you, but I was like, hey, I finally have a slot open. Do you want to do this? All right. Well, everyone, if you're watching this on YouTube, press the like button on this video, subscribe to the channel, check us out over on twitch.tv/gamesdonequick if you're interested in looking at our live content. We do daily speedrunning content. Tomorrow night, we have The First Step. If you want to tune in for that, it's followed by Think Fast. That's all starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. And we will see you in just, a handful of hours from now because of that. But yeah, until then, though, please look after yourselves and your loved ones. Drink some water, stretch your legs, eat a snack, take your medicine or your vitamins if you need to. And remember that you are valid and deserve all the best. Send all of this wonderful positive energy over to our raid target for the night and have a great rest of your night. Bye.